world in the Black Business School. And I thought that I would actually come back in and address something with the stimulus package. This is important. The stimulus package was just passed. It's also known as the COVID relief bill. And I'm just going to tell you, it's a bunch of BS. It's really kind of sad and ridiculous when you really sort of lay on Front Street the fraud that's being perpetrated on the American people. I went through some of what I've been reading and the research, and I thought I would just share this. I shared a list of all the crazy things that are included in this package, and you might have seen it. I put it on my Instagram page. My Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. And the first thing that happened when I posted this, I posted how they're spending, $1 billion on the Smithsonian. They're giving billions of dollars to other countries. They're spending millions of dollars on things like gender studies in Pakistan. And this is at a time when people need money, people need help, and they're just playing politics, and it's really hurting a lot of people. And I just felt like it was my responsibility to kind of talk about it and tell you what I'm seeing. And I'm going to spend a couple minutes kind of breaking it down, because what happened what's really funny is that when I put the list up of all the things they were wasting money on, I instantly, within 10 seconds, got flagged by Instagram. How suspicious is that, right? So Instagram instantly jumps in and says, no, this is out of context. Independent fact checkers prove that this isn't true, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, right. Okay, so I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, okay, let me go find out. Let me make sure I'm not saying something that's not true. Let me make sure I'm not feeding a bunch of nonsense, right? And this is not left wing or right wing. I told you, I voted libertarian, but I don't even know if I'm libertarian. I'm really just black. I don't fit into any political party. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I don't fit into the Democratic Party. I don't fit into the Republican Party. I don't fit into the Green Party. I don't fit into the Libertarian Party because I believe in government intervention. So I'm just black. That's it. And I'm going to just tell you the truth. When it comes to things like voting, I talked to Dr. Claude Anderson today. I said I used to say that it's okay for you to do whatever you want to do. But honestly, when I see how bad our politicians are and how sneaky they are and how horrible they are, I really am going to just flat out say, I don't think any intelligent black person should ever vote for any politician that's not doing something for you. That's just my 2 cents. If you're voting, I don't want to offend you, but I don't agree with you. I think that it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. If you can't tell me what I'm voting for, I'm not voting. I'm going to sit to the side and hold my vote until I get a reason to share it. So all this stuff, if you don't vote, you don't count, and your ancestors died if you have a right to vote, just shut up, stop it. You sound stupid. You're just repeating what somebody told you on TV. So let me go ahead and read some of this to you. I put this list on my Instagram. My Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. And if you could hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button real quick. We need independent media during a time like this so that we can get independent information and news out. So please hit the thumbs up button. Please make sure you share. Please make sure you subscribe to drboycetv.com. So here, I'm sharing my screen here. I'm showing you guys the list of all the Porky Pig crap that they put into this bill. Now, the reason that Instagram fact-checked me, the reason Instagram made it appear that I was sharing fake news is because technically this is not part of the COVID relief package. What they did was they pulled a hell of a rope-a-dope on the American people. It was a hell of a rope-a-dope. What they did was they took the entire bill, a $1.4 trillion spending bill, and they attached it to the COVID relief bill. So basically they said, look, if you want one, you got to take the other. You can't take one without the other. You can't sort them out and pull them apart and take the pieces that you want. You have to take the whole thing or you get nothing at all, right? So that's like your mother saying, are you hungry? And you say, yeah, Mom, I'm hungry. She says, are you sure you're hungry? You say, yeah, I'm sure I'm hungry. And she says, okay, if I cook you dinner and you agree to eat dinner, that means you also agree to walk 25 miles to school tomorrow. So that means that if you eat dinner, if you agree to take dinner, then you must also agree to walk 25 miles to school tomorrow. And you say, well, Mom, I don't want to walk 25 miles to school tomorrow. And she says, well, you must not be hungry then. You must not be hungry, because if you were really hungry, then you would take the whole package, right? So basically that's what they did. They did a rope-a-dope on the American people, told a big old lie. They used this as an opportunity to get all their crap passed through. And I know this is part of the omnibus bill, Alvin Castle. You're 100% correct. And it does happen every year. But give me a yes or no. Give me a yes or no. I argue that this is not a typical year. Give me a yes if you agree with me that this is not a typical year. This cannot be a year as business as usual. Give me a yes or no if you get what I'm saying, if you follow what I'm saying. You can't say, well, this is how we did it in 2019. This is what we did in 2018. This is not a typical year. Give me a yes in the chat if you follow, if you can at least agree with me on the basic idea that this is not a typical year. You can't do what you did last year. You can't be like, well, we gave $1 billion to the Smithsonian a year ago. We should do it again this year. No, this year the Smithsonian is closed. The Smithsonian is closed. You can operate with $250 million. How about that? How about we're gonna give you $250 million, which is more than you need right now, because we got people out here starving. We got little children getting evicted from their household. We got parents that can't feed their kids. Like, maybe the Smithsonian can wait. Maybe the new museum for Latino culture can wait till next year, right? Maybe we can wait. If you go down the list, look at this stuff. This is insanity. So maybe we can decide to give. What did we give to Burma? We gave $135 million to Burma. Maybe Burma can wait. Maybe Burma can like they say, when can we expect payment? Well, Burma, you can expect payment sometime after we get an economy. Sometime after we actually have an economy that can generate real money, and then we'll hook you up. We'll take good care of you, Burma. But right now, we got to do something that is not very popular. Apparently, politicians stopped doing it a long time ago, and that's called taking care of the American people. That is called taking care of our own. So let me just read some of the crap that's on this thing. It makes my head hurt. It makes my head hurt. Stupidity. I'm allergic to stupidity, like people, like the coronavirus. It spreads like COVID. Stupidity's everywhere, and it makes me sneeze. It makes my head hurt. It makes me cough, and I start getting chills. I can't stupidity. I can't take it, y'all. It's killing me. I just can't take it. But let me read some of the crap that's in this stupid package. Calm down, boys. Take a deep breath. 1, Kennedy Center gets $26.4 million. Kennedy Center don't need $26.4 million because people need to eat. The Smithsonian gets $1 billion. I don't really care about the Smithsonian right now. I'd rather see children not starve to death. How about that? How about we put that ahead of the Smithsonian? The National Art Gallery is scheduled to get $154 million. Isn't that great? Good for you and your pet project. The Woodrow Wilson Center is slated to get $14 million. Foreign countries listed here on this list: Egypt is going to get $1.3 billion. The Sudan is going to get $700 million. Ukraine's going to get $453 million. Israel gets $500 million. Nepal gets $130 million. Burma gets $135 million. Cambodia $85.5 million. Pakistan $25 million. And Asia IRA, whatever the fuck that is, gets $1.4 billion. And the American people get a check for $600. And then when you ask for more money, they say they don't have any more in the budget. They can't do nothing else. That is crazy to me. That is just, that's robbery. Like these people should go to jail for this. Like, this is like some real shit and like unbelievably miraculously shady behavior on the part of your politicians. And what are the next steps on this? I don't know. I got to think about it. I really have to sleep on it. Alicia made me some good food, and I'm going to go eat some food and watch Star Trek with my baby, because I need to calm down, because I'm reading this stuff and I'm just thinking, this is sad to me. They're destroying this country. They are destroying this country. And I can't vote for people like this. I can't. And there was a great article that was written in The Hill, thehill.com. The Hill is a reputable source. And I looked around because I said, nobody can be this evil and this stupid. When I saw the numbers and then I got flagged by Instagram and I said, oh man, I don't want to go spread fake news. Let me go do some more research just to make sure, we get some other sources. And thehill.com comes up, and thehill.com has a journalist on The Hill. The Hill is one of the most reputable sources in politics, and by the name of Joe Conca. And apparently Joe has something that our politicians don't have, which is called common sense. Joe actually has common sense. And here's what Joe said. Joe said this. Hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done it yet. He says the $900 billion stimulus package, COVID-19 relief bill, is exactly what one would expect from a dysfunctional, tone-deaf Congress. A Portfield cluster, he wants to say clusterfuck, I bet, cluster filled with anything and everything that has nothing to do with the coronavirus pandemic or relief. And in the swampiest thing ever, the bill, which is combined with a $1.4 trillion omnibus spending bill, is 5,593 pages long, or 5,583 pages too many, was given to lawmakers 6 hours before a vote to review what exactly is in it. So think about this. Process this for a moment. I need y'all to listen to me, black people. They wrote a bill that was 5,593 pages long and said, okay, y'all, you got 6 hours to look at it and sign. That's criminal behavior. Like, that's fraudulent. Like, if a bank does that to you, did y'all notice that if a bank gets a contract in front of you, it's a big, thick contract, and it's got a bunch of fine print in it that's going to screw you over, like predatory lending or something, and they pressure you into signing it too fast, they can actually get like prosecuted for that. Like, that's illegal. You can't do that. You can't do that. So what they did, that's fraud. I mean, that's just straight up fraud. So let me read more of this to you in terms of what Congress is doing. They said, let's see here. It harkens back to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi once explaining that a bill needed to be passed in order to find out what was in it. So Nancy Pelosi literally said that you have to sign it first, and then we'll tell you what's in it. Like, you got to pass the bill, and then we'll tell you what's in it. How much sense? That makes no sense at all. That's stupid. In a related story, our government is broken. The top line from the bill says a mere $600 per adult and $600 per child goes to those who are eligible, which is half of what adults received in another relief package passed earlier this year. Not hard to see that this amount is hardly enough to keep those struggling from staying out of poverty. So where's the rest of the $1.4 trillion going? Glad you asked. Exhibit A, quote, of the funds appropriated under Title III of the Act that are made available for assistance for Pakistan, not less than $15 million shall be made available for democracy programs, and not less than $10 million shall be made available for gender programs. Yep, $10 million for gender programs in Pakistan. So right now, when people are struggling the most, they are sending millions of dollars to Pakistan for gender programs. And then y'all think I'm the crazy one because I told you I didn't want to participate in this election. Let me keep going. Exhibit B, funds for resource study of Springfield, Illinois race riot, the riot that occurred in 1908. Exhibit C, quote, statement of policy regarding the succession or reincarnation of the Dalai Lama. We'll just leave that one there. Exhibit D, there's actually a commission tasked with educating, quote, consumers about the dangers associated with using or storing portable fuel containers or flammable liquids near an open flame. Well, if you ain't smart enough to know that you shouldn't do that, then I don't know if there's much hope for you. You do know. Give me a yes or no if you are aware that you shouldn't store flammable liquids next to an open flame. If you know that already, then raise your hand. Just say yes. Yes, I do. Okay. All right. So we got that passes. Okay. Exhibit E. Another $40 million will be allocated for, quote, the necessary expenses for the operation and maintenance and security of the Kennedy Center, which received $25 million in another COVID-19 relief bill earlier this year. Also, in a related story, the Kennedy Center has been closed. Exhibits F, G, H, I, J. $86 million for assistance in Cambodia, $130 million for Nepal, $135 million for Burma, $453 million to Ukraine, $700 million to Sudan. Exhibit K. The bill creates a women's history museum and an American Latino museum as part of the Smithsonian. Overall, the Smithsonian gets $1 billion. You get the idea. It's the oldest trick in Washington. Take a bill that symbolically is overwhelmingly supported by the American people on its title alone, COVID-19 relief for those struggling due to the pandemic, then attach every pet project possible. In this case, by combining it with an omnibus spending bill, and away we go. Then there's the gall of Pelosi, who politicized this process, installing negotiations since the summer with Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin until after the election to ensure her party's political nominee got past the finish line. I told you all this 7 months ago. I said, I don't think they're going to pass anything because their goal is to win an election. They don't care anything about you or your family. And the people that were too stupid to take the moment to listen to what we were saying are getting played already. You're looking dumb already. You're looking crazy already. I'm not making fun of you based on what you chose to do in the political process. I believe in freedom. Freedom applies even for stupid people. But I'm just going to tell you that 6-7 months ago, we talked about this. Didn't I say this? If you were watching me back then, I said, Pelosi ain't going to do nothing. She ain't signing nothing. She's not letting anything go through because the game in Congress right now, and this is why Congress's approval rating is about 21%. Only 1 in 5 Americans approves of the job that Congress is doing. The game in Congress is we don't care if the whole country falls apart as long as you blame the other party. We don't care if people starve to death as long as you're blaming the other party. We don't care if the country is in economic ruin as long as you blame the other party. So these people who don't care about the country, who care about their party over their country, are not patriotic Americans, whatever that means to you. They do not care about America. They care more about being a Democrat or being a Republican than they care about the success of this country. That's the most ignorant gangster shit I've ever seen in my life. That's literally like some gangbangers killing each other in their grandma's house because they fighting over territory they don't even own. Like it's completely illogical. It's terrible. It's gonna destroy this country, and we're gonna pay the price for that. And our kids and grandkids will pay a bigger price. So I wanted to clarify this because when I put this up on Instagram, people were coming in instantly, and of course, some of the responses, a lot of you got what I was saying, but then of course there's always that person that says, "Oh, you're just spreading right-wing propaganda. You see, that's why Instagram flagged it. It's because it's fake news. It's fake news." I said, "No, okay, well, all right, motherfucker, let's break this down real quick and let's figure out what's fake and what's not." And when you go look at it, it's not fake news. The only technicality is that it's technically not part of the COVID relief bill. So I just need to understand. Again, the founding fathers are supposed to be so brilliant. You know that nonsense they taught you in school about how brilliant the founding fathers were, those slave owners that you're taught to worship in these public schools. Well, if they were so brilliant, then how in the hell would they allow you to pass a bill that has one thing in it that you need and 1,000 things in it that you don't need? Who made that rule that says you can attach stuff that has no connection to each other? That is the craziest thing in the world. So a lot of nonsense gets through Congress because they just attach it to stuff that you want. They're like, okay, well, if you want this, you got to agree to that. If you want healthy food, then you got to agree to go eat plastic. It's like, are you kidding? Like, what are you talking about? So I'm done. I have nothing else to say. If you could, please hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button. Also, in case you don't know, I do have an audio podcast. Some of you want to listen to me on audio. You can go to the drboycebreakdown.com. Sean King is coming on in January 8th, I believe. And Sean King, I did not know Sean King had a podcast called The Breakdown. And I guess it's, we're both from Kentucky. So I want to assume it means great minds think alike. I don't want anybody to think it means I saw his name and took the same name that he took, because I didn't do that. But I thought it was crazy that his is called The Breakdown and mine's called the Dr. Boyce Breakdown. But either way, in case you want to know, I like Sean King. I like, the good outweighs the bad, and I'm glad the brother's coming on. And also, if you want to see the interview I did with Ice Cube the other day, who's also a good soldier in terms of supporting the Black community, you can go to drboycetv.com. All right, so hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button on your way out the door. And also, don't forget, Black Movie Night is tomorrow night. If you want to join us to watch the film Happy, H-A-P-I, by Taki Grant. I can't make the panel, but they are going to do a screening. You can go to blackmovienight.net if you want to support Black-owned filmmakers, Black-owned movies. We're building a Black-owned industry. We believe Black people should own everything. That's how we're going to get our real power. And also, last but not least, if you want to get text notifications from me, just text the word BOYCE to 31996. Text BOYCE to 31996. On your way out the door, please hit the thumbs up button, share button, subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when we go live. My goal is to bring you the truth and bring you something intelligent. I'm not here to bring you stupidity. So thank you guys for listening. Have a great day. I'm going to go upstairs and see what my baby cooked for me, because Black women cook the best food ever. Talk to you later.